Coffee. For many of us, it's more than a drink. It's a ritual, a comfort, a lifeline. That first sip in the morning feels like energy in a cup, right? But here's the hard truth. Sometimes, what feels like a friend is secretly harming you. If your body is showing these 7 warning signs, it's not just being picky. It's sounding the alarm that caffeine is no longer serving you. It's hurting you. And ignoring those signs could have consequences that ripple through your sleep, your mood, your heart, and even your long-term health. Now let's get one thing straight. Coffee isn't the enemy. In fact, in moderation, it's been praised by scientists worldwide. Harvard researchers in 2017 reported that regular coffee drinkers had a reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's, and even certain cancers. Coffee contains antioxidants and polyphenols that protect your cells. But here's the paradox. The same compound that makes coffee beneficial, caffeine, is also the reason it can become toxic. Like a double-edged sword, it sharpens focus in small amounts but cuts deep when overused. That's why it's critical to know the difference between help and harm. So let's break down the 7 scientifically proven red flags that your body may be begging you to stop. Have you ever felt your hands shake or your chest tighten after coffee? That's not your imagination. Caffeine is a stimulant. It pushes your body to release adrenaline and cortisol, the same hormones your body produces when you're under stress. The Journal of Psychopharmacology, 2019, shows that in people prone to anxiety, even moderate doses of caffeine can trigger jitteriness, restlessness, and even panic-like symptoms. Think of it this way. Your nervous system is already carrying a load, and coffee is piling bricks on top of it. If your coffee leaves you restless instead of focused, that's a clear signal your body is on caffeine overload. You may think, I can drink coffee at 4 p.m. and still fall asleep at 11. But falling asleep and resting well are not the same thing. Caffeine blocks adenosine, the chemical that makes you feel sleepy, and it can stay in your system for 6 to 8 hours. The Sleep Research Society found that caffeine disrupts deep, restorative sleep, even when total sleep hours remain the same. That means you wake up feeling groggy, and your body quietly accumulates a sleep debt. If mornings feel harder and harder despite sleeping enough, coffee may be robbing you of the rest you think you're getting. Coffee stimulates the production of stomach acid. For some, that's harmless. For others, it fuels acid reflux, bloating, or stomach pain. A 2020 review in Alimentary Pharmacology and Therapeutics confirmed that coffee consumption worsens symptoms in people with gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD. And here's the tricky part. Sometimes we blame the food, when in reality, it's the coffee that's stirring up trouble. If every latte leaves you reaching for antacids, that's not a coincidence. It's your body's way of saying, enough. Coffee isn't just a brain stimulant, it stimulates your whole body. By blocking adenosine and flooding your system with adrenaline, caffeine can literally make your heart race. In fact, a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2016, showed that individuals with a genetic variation in how they metabolize caffeine were more likely to develop irregular heart rhythms and cardiovascular problems when they drank large amounts. If your heart pounds, races, or skips after coffee, don't brush it off as nerves. It's your biology sending you a serious. Do you get a headache, irritability, or brain fog if you skip your morning coffee? That's not just habit, that's withdrawal. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM-5, actually recognizes caffeine withdrawal as a legitimate clinical condition. This means your body has adapted to caffeine so deeply that without it, you crash. That's not real energy, that's dependence. If you need coffee just to feel baseline normal, then coffee is controlling you, not the other way around. Caffeine can temporarily raise blood pressure by constricting your blood vessels and increasing heart activity. For people with healthy blood pressure, that might not be an issue. But for anyone already struggling with hypertension, it can be risky. The Mayo Clinic cautions that even moderate coffee intake can spike blood pressure in sensitive individuals, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke over time. If your doctor has flagged your blood pressure before, consider that cutting coffee might be more powerful than another pill. Here's the cruel irony. Coffee is supposed to give you energy, right? But long-term overuse can actually make you more tired. Why? Because when caffeine constantly blocks adenosine, your body responds by creating more adenosine receptors. That means when the caffeine wears off, you feel even more exhausted. Over time, you need more and more coffee to get the same lift, but the crash gets deeper. If your energy feels fake, fleeting, or dependent on multiple cups, your body is begging for a reset. So, what's the lesson here? Coffee can be a gift, but only when it works with your body, not against it. These warning signs aren't punishments, they're signals. Your body has an incredible intelligence, and when it whispers or even shouts, "Stop!" it's asking for protection, not punishment. Cutting back doesn't mean giving up comfort. Try herbal teas, green tea with lower caffeine, or simply hydrating with water. Focus on real sources of energy: proper sleep, nutritious food, sunlight, and movement. Remember, the greatest strength comes not from what you add to your life, but what you're willing to let go of when it no longer serves you. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who can't imagine life without coffee, because sometimes the bravest act of self-care is to listen to the quiet warnings our bodies give us. Take care of yourself. Your energy is precious. Protect it.